0037. Distress message index was out of bounds.
Didn't expect that now, did you?
Say hello to my little friend!
Perhaps an extra long rest after dealing with this gravity.
Landing struts primed, retros firing. Time to leave this place behind. Aim point reached. Orbit stable.
Thank you. Pick up the hill. How many are we?
Welcome, Captain. We've been expecting you. You're clear to dock at docking port 1.
Seals are locked and we are docked.
Thing about the ship just screams superiority complex to me.
Captain, hello. I am satisfied.
Welcome
to see
aboard the
that you
UC
survived
Vigilance.
your most recent
Did you have any
cycle.
questions before I escort you to the commander? I'm not authorized to divulge information about this vessel. Suffice to say, it's one of the toughest ships in the UC's arsenal. Yeah, listen to him carefully. The commander's a one-and-done kind of officer. In other words, he hates to repeat himself. Other than that, just observe standard military decorum, and it should keep you from serving any time on the ship's cleaning detail. Of course, if you'd follow me, please. So, you're the vanguard that took down that terramorph on Tau Ceti. You've made quite an impression around here. Everyone upstairs is talking about it. Damn, that must have been one hell of a firefight. I almost regret missing out on all the fun. Of course, we don't normally see that kind of action on the Vigilance, but we have our moments. All right, Vanguard. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Akande should be waiting for you. Good luck.
Okay. Hello? Must have been to one of the officers. We got mob duty now on my birthday. It's gonna suck.
I'd like to brief you on the mission, so please, pay attention. Ah, there you are. Commander Kibwe Kande, UC SysDev. Glad to have you aboard. I was beginning to think you were having second thoughts about Commander Tuala's offer. UC SysDev is a division of the UC Navy. While they handle big picture stuff, we deal specifically with pirates. Since you're already involved with the Vanguard, I don't have to underline how important your contribution will be to the security of our spaceways. Please, finish your thought, so that we can move on to other business. If you would kindly continue. You were saying you have permission to speak. Well then, let's just see what we can do about that, eh? This is the operations center of the UC Vigilance. SysDef's nerve center, dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet. That's strange. According to your file, you've encountered them before. On Vectera specifically. They were the pirates that attacked your mining outpost? I'm surprised you don't remember. Whether this ship is impressive or not, you're the key element that we've been lacking. We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence. The catch is that you can't just knock. Good. I have just... Our intelligence has managed to find a possible... She works for the Trade Authority in... That's right. So it'll be your job to convince this person that you're the real deal. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, that's where my second-in-command... If I didn't have confidence in your ability... Remember, this entire operation... Fine. Whatever gets the job done. Look, as an undercover operative, allow yourself to stray too. To put it simply, you can't go into every situation with guns blazing. Think before you act. At the end of the day, well, you better. Anyway, it's time to hand you... Now, get up. That's easy to answer. You don't. We'll be monitoring your activities from the Vigilance. When you feel you... Beyond that... All we know is that she's been with the Trade Authority for years. She's shrewd. I'm afraid... For your own safety, nobody but myself and the crew of the Vigilance will be aware that you're working for the United Colonies. Basically, if you land in jail, you're going to have to deal with the fines. While you're running with the Crimson Fleet, it's going to be difficult for you to win. Do what you have to do. As long as you can distinguish between surviving and... Look, if there's a route to your goal, use your instinct. As you were.
Hello.
Howdy.
All right. We don't have... While you're working undercover, if you find any records... You better make it, because Commander Akande cashed in all his chips to get this operation off the ground. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown into the brig. For the sake of the settled systems, I hope you're right. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand why I'm pushing you so hard. What? Then you'll understand why it's so important that this operation is successful. Anyway, Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement. Commander Akande came up with the idea. He was concerned. All right, we've loaded a container up. We've cleared your ship for launch. That should do it. Don't worry, the container's been registered with you. Of course, if we find out you tried to sell it to someone... Well, I don't think I need it. Not really, no. Yeah. Maybe. No. No. Let's just stick to the job. But, we'll be keeping them close at hand until this if you're feeling particularly ruthless. Let me know if you need anything else.
Yes? What? Pardon.
Be back in our own ship.
Ship's no longer docked. We're free.
Touching down.
Whenever I eat here, I cannot help but taste dust and dirt.
Take your time. And ask me...
If you're here to buy or sell, you might want to talk to Octai. I'm busy. And by sensitive, I'm guessing you mean something you don't want UC security sticking their noses into. I can probably help you with that. What have you got for me? Aurora, huh? Nice. A little too hot to handle, though. What else you got?
If the Trade Authority is not interested, that says a great deal.
No, they're right. What they didn't tell you is that I have a self-preservation streak a kilometer wide. Of course, if there's a finder's fee you're offering, I might, well, bend the rules a little bit. You must be new at this game, love, so in our business, nothing gets done until money is... You know, it's funny. Suddenly, I do remember someone who might be able to unload that stuff for you.
Just demand the extra credits up front next time. These games are juvenile and tiresome.
There's a buddy of mine who runs with the Crimson Fleet. Goes by the name Adler Kemp. If he isn't passed out, you can Oh, and
Have my attention.
Huh? What do you want? I thought between the both of us, it's amazing. I guess they need to have... if I wasn't getting... No one moves shipments like the Crimson Fleet. Doesn't matter. Plus, they have the firepower. Been a real treat, let me tell you.
Another day. I keep telling myself, next... They never stop working, do they? Well, I appreciate it. Okay, one moment while I look you over. I can barely see what's wrong with you. Are you sure you're not coming in here just to see me? Okay then. I can only help you if you're willing. Take care. Well, I hope you never need it. But come to me if you need medical attention. I'd love to take a vacation, if I had the time.
You're back! Oh, I hope you got the book I asked for. Can I have it? forget what you were gonna say. Huh? Hey, are you gonna say something? I know. I hear you. Okay. I guess it's the least I could do for making you go out of your... Anyway, thanks. Track down another what do you think I'm gonna do?
Mars is so...
Unless you're here to serve me another drink, you can turn around and walk away. Hey, why don't you say that a little louder? I don't think every single UC guard in Sidonia heard you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think we can help you with this. If you've got a whole shipment of this stuff, you're going to need to move it fast. But you're going to have to do something for us first. You're a clever one, aren't you? Let's just say I have a certain influential affiliation. And leave it at that. Basically, you want that Aurora moved, I'm your guy. Yeah, sure. If the Trade Authority won't even deal with the shipment of that crap, where else you gonna go? Just cool your thrusters for a minute before you wreck this deal for the both of us.
I see no good reason why we should have any extra dealings with the likes of you.
Lady, if you want me to move that shipment for your pal here, you're going to do whatever the hell I want. You got that? Now listen up, because I'm not going to repeat myself. I need you to deal with a miner who's racked up a bunch of debt. He probably spent it all on booze, not that I blame him. Either way, I want that money back. What do I need to do here? Write you an instruction manual? You can do this loud, you can do this quiet. I don't care. I just want my goddamn money, and I want this guy to remember who he screwed over. Perfect. His name's Carl Fielding. I think you'll find him wandering around the Deimos miners' quarters. Don't worry, you can't miss him. Just look for the most miserable-looking guy in the entire place.
studying, and we've got the house to ourselves.
Hey
This
there.
is honestly
Faith
going
in
to
God
be
is what
the
brought us to the stars.
Something I can help you with? Adler Camp. Who the heck is that? What? Play what games? You're obviously confusing me with someone else. Look, I'm tired. It's been a long day in the mines. I just want to go home, wash off the dust, and relax. This has been fun, though. Whatever. Adler... Oh! Wait! You mean that Adler? Yeah, sorry. I thought you were talking about someone else. I told him I'd pay up next week when Deimos cuts our next profit share check. I'll even bring it to him personally. Sound good? Yeah? Well, I mean, he doesn't really have a choice. Look, I haven't got a single credit to spare right now. Okay? You can't squeeze blood from a stone. You know? Right?
Clearly this man has never seen how hard I can squeeze.
What games? Why are you doing this to me? I don't have the money. Sure. I guess I could ask for a 7-day shift. I don't know. Well, I might be able to cash in a few of my Deimos shares. I suppose. It's just that, well, I didn't have much of a choice. Please, tell Adler I'm sorry for trying to wiggle out of the debt. I didn't have much of a choice.
What is it?
Have something for me? There, would you look at that? I knew that bum was holding out on me. He going to be a problem anymore? Or did he get the message? Nice, nice. You're kind of a natural at this. Leaning on deadbeats comes easy to you. I like that. You know, if you like this kind of work, I can get you more. A lot more. You think you can handle running with my, associates? That's what I'm talking about. I like your style. All right. I'll call ahead and get a hold of Nevamora. She's second to the big boss himself. Head out to Europa. You'll find her there. I suggest you listen to whatever she has to say. Oh, and I've taken care of that Aurora shipment for you, too. Don't spend all that cash in one place.
Hello. I have things I wish to discuss with you. When you have time. I have been thinking about what we talked about before. The idea of purpose in one's life. You told me that fun was important. I assumed you were joking and dismissed it out of hand. But, having thought about it, I wonder now if you were right. Or at least, if I were too quick to reject the idea. I have been single-minded in my pursuits. I have always believed the decisions I made were necessary. That there was no other option. I have sacrificed much to be where I am now. And I'm starting to wonder if it has been worth it. Thank you. I have always believed, no, hoped, that is true. I have told you that I am not one to discuss my past. And yet, I am not sure I believe that. I promised to provide for my family. That meant working with smugglers to procure supplies we could not acquire any other way. I have spent my adult life away from my home, jumping from one planet to the next, living in dangerous conditions, often surrounded by violence. It certainly influenced the way I see the universe. I was convinced from the beginning that it was unwise to let anyone get too close. I had, maybe not quite friends, but people I cared about. Yet there was always a distance I could not reach across. I often find other people complicated and confusing. It seemed easier to not become attached, especially when circumstances meant I might never see them again, with no warning. Until now, I have disagreed strongly with that idea. But therein lies my concern. What I am trying to say is that I now wonder whether it has been the right decision to distance myself from others. I suppose this is true. Thank you for listening to me. These are not easy conversations for me.
I don't have any other work right now, so piss off! Just can't stay away, huh?
Did you need something?
Absolutely.
It is hardly a present if you're asking for it, but fine. Here. All right then.